Good morning, everybody, or afternoon for most of us. But the show is still going to be morning days and things, even if we're a little bit um, odd during daylight savings time. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, spending time with your family, doing holiday things, all the things. So my weekend was long and lazy. The Broncos won, though, and they played good from start to finish, not just the fourth quarter. So, today I want to go over a couple of things. I'm going to try to figure out a little hostess gift to show each of you. So, yes, hello, Linda and Dawn, Mary, Anita, Barbara, Rosanna. I already said that, but hey. So like I was saying, I'm gonna teach you guys I want to come up with a couple of quick and easy hostess gifts that you guys could do for the holiday season, but do so in a way that they can be used throughout the year. So we're gonna do that. And then I don't know, I have a project. I'm hoping what is up here can be transferred down to my mat and in the end to my jewelry piece. So I don't know why that's right there. Let's go ahead and go down to my mat. So I got these from Randy, and I'm not a big hold on one second. I forgot to bring him in here. So he doesn't do that. Goop, 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 goop. Yep, come on. Are you coming in? Quinn? Cooper! Cooper! Coop, coop. Thank you. Little turkey. What? Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Do you want to say hi? Apparently not. And oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys the cutest picture real quick that my daughter sent me because it's absolutely adorable. Look it. No, don't get glossy. Miss Selena hanging out in her stroller with her little bear hoodie, chilling. She's so cute. Anyways, I'm not a big multi-strand person, so but I saw these and I thought, how cool would it be just to do a bracelet? And these were flat, but I used my bracelet bender to bend it because I'm not even going to use a lot of beads. I kind of want the tip of this to hit right here right here so you can see it on both sides, kind of like that. And then I'll just do chain around the back. But speaking of the bracelet bender, I wanted to show you guys, in case you've never used one, how it works. It's just this little nylon jaw plier that kind of has like a hill on one side and a valley on the other. You want to start with a relatively straight piece of wire when you begin, but you're going to start right there. I don't start all the way in because I like to take little bites in order to achieve the best shape that I can. And this is not going to be long enough piece of wire, it appears. I don't know why it's not. And you just keep going around and around. Like I said, I like to take little tiny bites, but these come in handy when you're wanting to make bangles and you want them to have that like round shape to them. So then, speaking of hostess gifts, I did some wire twisting where it is like 3 strands of the white that are twisted together. Then I twisted those with a piece of red wire. And then I went back in with another red wire, but I didn't twist that one all the way. So I thought this could be a really cute hostess gift that doesn't take much time at all, or if you want one yourself, just to wear during the holiday season, and just go ahead and bend this. I don't know why this is not bending straight. Why are you turned up, sir? You're not supposed to be. And you can go back and bend it a second time if you don't achieve the look you want. But you just keep going until you have the bangle shape, or a very nice shaped candy cane in this instance. And then you can just put some cord ends on either end, maybe make a safety chain to go with it, and go there. The other thing that you can do, where are they? Right here. I thought I opened it though. That I was thinking was the wine glass charms. And if you, which these are just blanks that you can get, they're technically earrings, like beadable earrings that you can bead on, but you could also do this as like a wine glass charm. And in order to make it last throughout the year, I recommend that whatever charm, what's my Christmas charms? Like, you can just put your little Christmas charms on a jump ring with the little teeny tiny lobster clasp. And so you would give her like a Christmas set, but you would have all of the charms on here, and then make her a secondary set that she can use throughout the year. Hello, Carolyn. Yeah, the tiny bends. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't happen. It's okay. Did I miss anybody else? Hi, Beth. Anybody else? Hello, hello. Oh, that's funny, Linda. You know, it's funny is that like the person that I watched the most when I got back into beading several years ago was Kelly. And I have a little Shih Tzu whose name is Sutton, after a wide receiver, Cortland Sutton, for the Denver Broncos. All of our dogs are named after Denver Broncos players. But her last name is Sutton, and I didn't realize that. So then when I did, I was like, that's crazy, because my little, like, she's my baby. But yeah, anyways, especially, this is easy to do, especially if your friend favorite color happens to be one that could be holiday style, but you can also do it just by doing gold or silver beads around, and then just like I said, leave an area to clip the lobster clasp to, and then you're good to go. But alrighty, so those are some quick and easy designs. I can't remember if I said this, and I probably have said it a gazillion times, but doing the snowflakes as a gift and adding like the little number charms below is really cute. But you can also take this, especially if it's not like crazy Christmassy, and make a matching bracelet. And then that's something they can take with them all year round. And I think this pattern would make a beautiful bracelet. So things like that. I was in a lot of pain this weekend, like a lot of pain. So I literally just sat in here designing snowflake after snowflake, because it was the only thing I could think of to do. So, back to these. Like I said, there are 5 little holes. Oh, and I freaked out because for some reason, I decided to order some Beadle-on stringing wires just to test out the different like strengths and stuff. And for some reason, the gold one didn't come, but Rosanna saved the day. This is some beading wires she sent me. So all is good. So here's what I was thinking. Like I said, easy peasy. I have some really pretty garnets right here, which is my birthstone. And I was thinking that between those, possibly some little bicones, not 100% sure. But I also have like my buffalo horn rice beads. Oh, those are spinel, not the rice beads, but we'll also be using the spinel rondelles. Spinel rondelles. Say that 10 times fast. I have my buffalo horn rice beads, which are like, I love these. I bought every last one that Bernie had. And I've been looking for more of them because I just love them that much. So, because I want this to hit my wrist more like that, the strands aren't even going to have to be long. So, we will just start designing. I'm thinking that possibly the outside strands that are the longer ones, I think I want to keep those very simple and just use the spinel and some gold ball spacers along the outside edge of each one. So let's start there. Just gonna pull out some of my spinel. I hope you guys can still see that. Is my screen bouncing? I don't think so. Okay. I can turn that on though. Okay, so first things first, let's cut us a length of beading wire. Again, it doesn't have to be long because we're going to add chain for the back of the wrist when we're finished here. But, okay, Linda, is it okay to cut this with wire cutters? Or no, I should keep this and my cutter separate? Hi, Ronnie's girl. I'm so happy to hear you. I can understand that. This is a great place to be, though. It helps me get through things. So, because she hasn't answered yet, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it with a separate pair of cutters, just in case. And then I'm going to grab my gold rim tubes, and these ones use a number 2, which works out perfectly if I can find the number 2. There it is. And now I have to open it because it's a new jar. Why did I not do this before I got on air? Ugh, there we go. Okay, there is our number 2 crimp tube. But I don't want to attach it yet, so I need to grab one of my little flippies. So that it doesn't fall off the other end. And I think I want to use, so I have these, which are just, these ones are just 2mm ball spacers. I have those. I have some, does everybody else always lose the lid? So your stackers end up being like 15 high because you cannot find one. I have more 2mm. I also have, not in this one, it's in the other one. I have some like corrugated gold beads, and I have some, they're not cubes. They're just kind of, come on, focus, please. Where's my remote? I just had it because I had to switch my camera. Well then, that's just lovely. I don't want us to be blurry. There it is. Okay. Hopefully that's the right one. Yes. Okay, it's not bouncing anymore. And then I have these little gold beads that aren't exactly cubes, but they're also not exactly rounds that are pretty cool. So we could also use those. What do we think? I want it to stay really dainty, so let me see which one looks better in between the rice beads. If the square, so there's that one, which is just really shiny, or if we want to keep it super, super dainty, we can just do that. This is very beautiful and sleek looking, but I use, opening it earlier would be too easy. Right? Exactly. You use an old pair for anything else. Okay, cool. All right, I'm glad that I asked you. Hi, Georgina. Okay, I am leaning towards, I don't know which one. I like this because it's so dainty and pretty, but I also, here, I'll show you. I like the added sparkle that this one brings. I mean, I could do one of each. I think I'm going to go with the sparkle because that's where I'm going to go today. I'm trying to decide how to explain why, just because I feel like it. The joys of making your own jewelry, right? You get to pick stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the black because we'll use the crimp tube, and that will look bead-like, so we don't want to, I don't like to have the metallic right up against it if I can help it. And Another thing, by keeping it dainty, it's a lot easier to control the size of your layers without having to take into account the diameter of the beads that are on the inner diameter of your bracelet. This is pretty, it's going to, the length is going to be pretty much the measurement that we can go off of. Okay. I want this, and of course I have no idea where my ruler is. Where's my quilting straight edge? Steve moved it. This one got broken, but I can still measure with it. Okay, so each of these, because they are bended, or they are bent, are about 1.25 inches. So, and then I'm going to have chain around the back for like this part of my wrist, which won't be a lot. I think that I would want it to be 4.5 to 5 inches. If this is here, I think 2 more will work. Okay. I think this is going to be long enough, but I'm also just going to grab my entire little tray of cookies here that obviously need to be replenished, even though I'm sure that they're all just floating around here. Grab these. And let's go to the next part. We're going to do this on the outside, on the other side as well. So we can just string this up real quick, and then we will have fun with pattern in the middle. I have a ton of garnet because it's my birthstone. But I'm not sure that I like the width of these rondelles with how dainty and like delicate I want it to look, so that even though it's 5 strands, it's still just like really slinky and effortless. Oh, no, we're not doing this. We're doing the squares. Well, they're not squares, but. And I think that just like bringing these into the other strands will help it have a continuity that will be really pleasing to the eye. And, you know, we all say it, bracelets are for us. Everybody else sees the earrings and necklaces that we wear all day, but our bracelets are for us. But I also want to, will you please just go on this wire? Thank you. I don't want it to be something that you guys like, oh, I can't wear this to work. It bangs the whole time I'm typing, yada, yada, yada. So 1, 2, 3 more of the buffalo horn. I mean, I guess that rondelle would work if we're using the smaller spinel rondelle. As long as these aren't the exact same size, they should work, because then we can just I have a pattern thought in my head. So, okay, one more. Yeah, I don't only use stackers. I like the stackers for right now. There are beads in some of them just because I have them pulled out for holiday stuff, like holiday projects. But most of the time, I use my various shapes and sized bottles that have corks on them. That's what I use for most of it. But I like stackers for my findings, because I can get to a stack of them and very quickly determine which one I want to use, rather than pulling out a container or having to pull down jar after jar after jar. So that's when I use stackers myself. Um, okay. Well, let's see if this spinel is the same size, because I think I would want it to be. Nope, it's slightly smaller. Let's see here. I think I want to pull out a couple of these itty bitty ball spacers. And then maybe just go like that. I love hand cut beads, but they're also the bane of my existence because the holes are so small. I actually think that I would want the spinel on the outside, so that then the garnet is in the middle, like that. Do I want a ball spacer? Let's see. I have other shapes, though these look almost exactly the same. So I don't know why they're in a separate jar. They are almost exactly the same. Let's see. No, they are the same. Okay, well, you guys are now going in here. That was silly. Where is my garnet box? Did he leave it over here, or did he move it? Let's see here. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Every other thing is over there except for the one I want right this second, of course. I had it pulled out. This is one of those times that my husband's trying to help. God love him. It's hindering my ability to do this project. Because I have no idea where he would have put it. And the problem is I could call him, but he's colorblind. So he may not even know that that's what was in my bin. So that's labradorite. That's my Randy box. Success! Because I want the garnets to be the focus, and I feel like if I do the two, like a spinel on either side of that, I'm not achieving it. So, plus this was a splurge, and I want to put these on it because I think they're beautiful. So these are what I want to use on the center strands. Hopefully it's not too crowded. And then I have semicircles. I have 2mm cubes. Those are itty bitty. Are these my pumpkin ones? Pumpkin rondelles. Yes. Let's check these out with the spinel. Aren't these pretty? They're just, oh, what a catch. Woo, that was a good catch. All of my garnets would have gone flying, and I would have been very upset. I also have those sparklies. Something with okay. I don't want the semicircles. I'm not sure I want to use the greens or not. And then I have some faceted ones that are like larger, but they're gonna go down there so you can't fall. Okay. So these are the pumpkins. These need to be a little bit longer. Exactly, yeah. I'm I'm sorry, but that's cute. Okay, these are the itty bitty pumpkins, which are very pretty. And they sparkle quite nicely. These are some 2x3 rondelles. Am I crazy to think that maybe, here, let's see. See, that one's a bit too much, but I do have, where are these? Where are they? These, like, here they are. These itty bitty, like, really thin 18 karat gold plated, like, disc beads. They're so pretty. If I go with a slightly larger stone, because this can't, obviously I don't want it to be bigger than the stone itself. So are we right back at the other ones? And I can just do this. And then maybe add the spinel. Another one of these. And then another one of the garnets. That one's really thin. That's the other thing about hand cut beads. The size variance. That doesn't even look like the same shape. Oh, that's because I'm not using the hand cut. I was using the pumpkin beads. That's why they're not seeming to be the same. Oh, wait, no, I didn't use the pumpkin beads. These teeny tiny holes, y'all. Yeah, they're a little too big for the pumpkin beads, but the hand cut beads, the like size variance is driving me batty. So these are the ones I just had out. Those are itties. Itty bitty bitty babies. I'm trying to see here. What other spaces do I have? Pick those up. I have the corrugated ones, but I also just have the tried and true 2mm ball spacer. I also have these, which are like the little pearl cap, and as you can see, I have them in several sizes. So maybe if I just pick out the little ones, they will be enough of a metallic look. At least I think they're all different sizes. I could be wrong. No, they're all different sizes. So where'd the pumpkin go? Let's see here. I think they're called pearl caps, if I'm correct. Mm. It's too much for the pumpkins. It's too overwhelming. But that could be okay. But let me try the ball spacer. That's the only thing with using itty bitty beads is that you have to be more mindful of so as not to like overwhelm the beads. Because like if I was using 6mm beads, these tiny ball spacers would be just a glint of metal, but on here, it's like the same size. This could be pretty for the for like the inner but outer strand, because then I want to try. I do not know how I keep having spacers fall. It just came out of heaven, y'all. I have no idea. That's pretty. And then I want to figure out how I'm going to do this. If I'm going to, there's not enough room to leave it dancing. So this might not work for this project. Which makes me sad, but I might just do like, I'll figure out how to use her. But it needs to be the perfect little size. So this could be good. And then if we do the larger rondelle, let me see if that's going to fit in the larger rondelle in the middle. Man, we might have to use the pumpkins for in the middle so that all of the different strands fit. These are cubes, so if I already have these ones. Yeah, because these are purple garnet. Very gently taking that off. You'd think that this would be an easy design to do. Just, throw some beads on, whatever, but you have to take so many things into account so that like one strand doesn't overtake the other, and that, it would help if I could see the holes in these beads. It should be there. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. The cube with the round in between. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for the second and fourth strand. And then the center, I'm going to sit here thinking on it as I string these up. Thankfully, they don't have to be long strips. So. Oh no, that was right. Come on. There you go. These are pretty. So what is everybody else working on? Are you all done with your holiday like projects? I honestly have been shopping my stash for gifts. So I'm just going through like the various pieces that I've made over the last year with certain people in mind. I mean, some are getting their, like, I've designed something specifically for them. But some others it's just been a tight year trying to grow my business and all of the costs associated with that, like sending out promo boxes and stuff like that, which is not cheap to do. There we go. I think I found it. Or did I not? There it is. There we go. So, yeah, I do. I like to this. I do go and like, ooh. But we are getting closer and closer, guys, to having everything organized in here. The only reason I couldn't find the garnets is because they were in a bin. Because transferring from like recording mode to like personal, like working on this for personal things is it's a difference. So these got set back. But yeah, I'm just going through items that I made over the year. And when I find something I think that they'll like, it gets bagged up. I think this is where the hole. It's actually easier to see the drill on this than it is to like find the hole. If I can see the drill spot, which I could if I had more lights on, but if I have more lights on, then you guys can't see colors. So it's just your story. I'm putting furniture together and unpacking. Oh, oh, goodness. Are you like, did you get all new jewelry for or all new furniture for the new house? Unfortunately, we didn't get to save as much as we intended this year due to the surgeries that I had to have. So that's that. Oh, I didn't realize I still had this on the spool. Let's see here. So if we have this, yeah. So then the next one's not going to need to be as long. I think it's going to be easier to tell if I just put this on. If I just go ahead and crimp this on. I think that's going to be the best way to differentiate what size it is. And if I need more or less chain, I can just do so. Where are my crimp tubes? There it is. So, I don't know. This could be a risky move, but I feel like this will be the easiest way. The only thing that's throwing me off is the fact that, like, okay, how do I account for the fact that those don't necessarily go straight down? Do I just have to use a larger loop? Okay, I'm not good at multi-strands. So with this, do I just need a long enough loop to go to right there? And then I'll have to do the same with that loop, and then this is the center. Because otherwise it won't lay flat, right? Am I crazy for thinking that? Because if I just do a really tight loop, it's going to hang like off to the side, I feel like. And I don't want it to hang off the side. You see, if I pull it in really tight, it's going to hang weird, right? I would think. So I'm thinking I have to make a loop long enough to go from there to that other little like indentation. Let me zoom in so you guys get a better look that way than me taking it up to the camera. Okay. So I'm thinking I need the loop to be long enough to go over that little indentation right there, right? Like that I have to leave it more like that so it lays flat. Yes, either a larger loop or use a jump ring. Okay, which do you all suggest? Is it better to use a jump ring or just use a larger loop? Did you get some of these from Randy too, Rosanna? I'm trying to decide. Oh, I just pulled that off. I think I'm going to use, okay. Well, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a little loop and then we will attach this with a jump ring. I have oval and round, so it should be good because I prefer little loops. So I'm going to grab my magical crimper, which if you haven't seen them before, they have a concavity on the inside to where the more you squish, it distributes the metal back in to itself until you have what looks like a little bead right there. So the key to it is make sure you keep it centered within that concavity and just to take little, you don't have to Hercules it, you just small little movements, twists, turns, and I do this until I don't feel like it's squishing anymore, but instead is just a perfect little bead. Okay, I highly doubt that this will fit back into my, oh, it actually did. Look at that. It's okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll crimp the other end. I thought I dumped a, oh, here they are. I was like, I thought I dumped a bunch of these out. So then we just go down to the end. I'm going to go ahead and go through the rice bead again. Because even though I know it doesn't really do anything, like it's not necessary, it doesn't like strengthen your loop at all. I like the way that it sits better. Oh, what are you doing, Heather? I just did the complete opposite of what I need to do, which is pull it that way. Okay, I still want plenty of movement. So use my thumbnail to scooch that up. Okay, nice and slinky. And then I'm just going to crimp it again on this side. So is jewelry always like your go-to gift for others because it's what You do? I'm curious because I don't ever not all people realize the thought, time, and attention it takes to design a piece for someone else. And so last year I heard a term, craftworthy. They're not all craftworthy because there are people who think that, oh, you went on the cheap. Oh, you didn't want to go shop at the store. Oh, so on and so forth. So yeah, Anita, you do? Okay. Anita, are you home? Because after I'm done here, I'm gonna go on the USPS site. I wanted to make sure that I could stay, like, if something came up funny, that it was a time when you and I could chat. And are we friends on Facebook? If not, can you send me um a friend request? It's just Heather L. Aston, Aston. That way I can reach out to you on Messenger. I think we are friends already, though, if I remembered correctly. All right, let's crimp up this side now. Because I'm hoping this will allow me to, like, use the little tinky tops. You know, that technical term that Randy has us all saying now. I like to put extra meat into the ravioli, some people call it. I feel that I get a rounder and quicker bead with the magical crimper when I do that. Okay, I need our loops to be the same, which mine are always small. And I could be wrong. It may have nothing to do with it, but like, actually, it absolutely does. You see, it take me like 3, 4 scrunches, and I'm done. So that's typically what I like to do. So if you're having a hard time getting a round bead, try sticking a scrap of soft flex or beadalon or what tiger tail, whatever your go-to beading wire is, and just stick an extra strand in because it really does. I mean, you saw it took like 3 or 4 squeezes, which is what they say it should take. Um, that's what they say that all that it should take. You should just have to go like northeast, south, and west to be good. Okay, other side. Let's make sure we have the same number of beads, and I'm glad I did because I would have been one short. Glad I checked that now before I crimped it, because that would have been annoying. All right, double check one last time. Yes, that is correct. Crimp tube. That's like our versions of the carpenters measure twice, cut once. And sometimes I even just cut some of the length off of here to make my scrap. But yeah. Oh, that would be fun. I took up jewelry making a few months ago because I am a carer and it helps me zone away from exactly. Mary, I do it because if I don't, all I focus on is how much pain I'm in. So, and then I'm sitting there wondering, okay, when is my next dose of meds? What, and I get lazy and don't want to get out of bed, which does not help. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help my mental health. Getting up and moving is very productive, especially while I'm healing. I have to do like bends toe out as flat as I can get it. Like they said, even like I'm sitting here doing it while I'm describing it. Like putting the top of my foot down on the carpet and stretching it that way. Because obviously I myself can't stretch it as far, and stuff like that. And it gives me something else to focus on. It's gotten to the point that I have to set extra alarms. Like, did you take your meds? Because if you have a Google phone, all you have to do is say stop and the alarm will shut off. And I was forgetting to stop myself to go and do it. Okay, a little bit, teeny tiny bit more room. There we go. So yeah. Also, if you have a hard time with the magical crimper, there is a legitimate chance, though I haven't heard of it happening recently, that you've gotten a bad set of crimpers. It happened a lot about 9 to 12 months ago. A lot of people were like, I cannot do it. It doesn't ever do a bead. It's this, it's that, it's everything else. And then like a friend of theirs tried it and was like, no, you just have a bad crimper. And then the problem was the crimpers were getting sent back to Amazon and they weren't always put in the defective item area. They would then go out on like there's used like new programs, so people just kept getting them. But yeah. I bet that would be great. I literally call like when I saw what she was doing today, like the name Floral Menagerie came up. And so that's what I'm calling the one that Rosanna is working on right now is Garden Menagerie, because with the flowers and leaves, everything was just so pretty that it just reminded me of a garden. So, and I know I'm in Arizona. I don't get a winter the way most of you get a winter. It doesn't even really get chilly here until January. And then by February, it's already warming up again. So, okay. So then if I put that, where's all my candy thoughts? I had some stuck to the lid. That's why I banged on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11 just in case something goes wrong. Let's put on the first one and then we can measure and see where we are at. Oh, for those of you who use the beadsmith frames that are a little bit that are heavy duty, more like memory wire, I have found that my little hack where I use my green Xuron crimpers to like close the loop helps so much. Like so much. So if you're having a hard time getting loops or getting that closed up, that helps a lot. So, okay, let's put you right there. I'm hoping these Tinky Tots are going to be big enough, but now I'm worried they might not be. And I really don't want to use the big ones. Nope, I think I got it. Thank you. Yep, Jump Ring fixed it. You guys were the best. Okay. I'm going to crimp one end of this so I can then put it onto the bracelet to get the right size. And I don't know why. I only pulled out enough for those first couple strings. That was not. And then this time I pour them all out. So I need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And even though I try to remember, Heather, you don't have to push it all the way down. I push it all the way down almost every single time. It's like, I don't know why, but yeah, I drive myself crazy like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull it down. Stick in my strap. There we go, cutters. Okay. Now we can slide this down. I'm gonna put another Tinky Tot on it so that I can attach it to the component and see how much longer I need to make it, and then I can just cut it and leave it. Get back on there, please, sir. This is persnickety. Okay, now you stay on while I close this up. It's hard to see, like, which is the beading wire, which is the jump ring, so on and so forth. Okay, so we have that now. Lay one down. Okay, so I need more, but I can get a better idea of where to cut this off at. That's going to be way too much. What are you doing? Okay. Now this is going to be a bit irritating to work on, but it'll be okay. Get back to stringing. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do in the middle. Any ideas? I like the spinel, but I really, 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 really wish that I knew where my bottle with my itty bitty, like the same size as this. I do have several like black crystals, but I like the see, I have these little ones that are kind of similar, but do I just maybe I just use the buffalo horn on the center strand with the pumpkin beads? And then maybe there's a little ball spacer, like it would go garnet, buffalo horn, garnet, gold ball, garnet, buffalo horn, garnet. I feel like that could work and be pretty, and it would bring in the outer strand, the second strand. It kind of combines the whole look. What do you guys think? Oh, I'm sorry if I'm off screen. I apologize for that. Let me scooch this out a little bit so that doesn't happen again. Here, I can take my face off to help with that. What do you guys think? Is that what I should do? Just do the rice beads with the pumpkin garnets. You're not alone. I do that. Oh, now she said be right back. I fall asleep with videos playing, so I've had a few weird dreams about like BB shenanigans we get up to. So, okay. This is the way that it's gotta go. Straight. A few more still. Oh, by the way, I just noticed that well, when I checked today, I didn't check, I was looking for something else and I saw. But I have hit, I have over 600 subscribers now, which is exciting. All of the younger people in my life like tell me you just need to go make a few TikToks and then link your YouTube page to it. It will help with your growth exponentially. And I'm like, that may be, but I would also have to learn a whole new platform. So I don't know. I probably wouldn't even. Okay, I think that's it. But I need to take this ball spacer off. Once I put the loop. Oh, I started with a ball spacer on the other side. Well, I didn't mean to. Okay, so it can go back on. That's what it looks like on the other end. Thank you. But yeah. Have any of you guys used TikTok before? Like, has it helped you increase the like the number of people who view your videos or the number of subscribers on YouTube? Because I've heard mixed things. I've heard for some people it has. Other people have told me Nope, that needs to be out just a little bit more. There we go. That they really didn't see anything. I mean, how fancy does it have to be to like interest people? Or can I just do like little videos like showing the way that I use the Xeron crimper to help push my wire together? Like, is that enough? But yeah. You've used it, Linda? Has it helped you grow your channel and the number of subscribers you have? Your links, I'm sure, must be a good source to make videos for TikTok. Well done. Oh, and I am off screen also because I'm ridiculously gifted unintentionally. Yes, it did, but it just makes extra work for me and took up time I don't have. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking like it would be short little things, such as what I said, just do like little tips or whatever. So, but I don't know. Because I have heard mixed reviews, I'm like, do I really want to use that time? But then at the same time, if it grows my subscribers, it also grows my, it could potentially grow my revenue for my bead sales. So I don't know. I know Renee had like mentioned kind of like offhandedly that she's used TikTok to like have sales and stuff. So she's probably the one I should be asking. My husband just got home, have to plan decorating. Okay. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. Like, we could take these little pumpkin beads. I believe these are the pumpkin beads, right? I forgot this was open. And pulled a bunch off earlier that I didn't intend to. So, there. Now I know those are the pumpkins because I just took them off the strand. But if I just went like garnet, rice bead, garnet, and then put the little, do I like that or do I want it to be, no, I don't like that. So let's try it this way. Start with the buffalo horn. That's not the right spacer. Go here. And then pop the garnet in between the gold balls instead of in between the spinel. Hold on. I'm going to do one more repeat and ask your guys' opinion real quick. All right, what do you guys think for the center strand? It would almost like it would bring in all the different variations other than these spacers, because we did use the other spacers on the outside layer. What do you guys think for that? Blessed and Beautiful is Renee. Renee, while you were be right backing, we were discussing TikTok. And during your pen sale, where I bought so many pens, you had mentioned something about like TikTok sales. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys like that. So do I. And we were talking because like the 20 somethings in my life all tell me that I should be um doing TikTok videos to grow my YouTube channel. And I was just curious if you found that it has helped grow your channel and or revenue source. So can you have a sale on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously, or do they have to be separate ventures? Also, just want to mention, if I ever make something that you really like and you would like to purchase it, most of the items I make are for sale. And if they're not, as long as it's not something, sorry, my nose is driving crazy. As long as it doesn't like have a specific like pendant or whatever else that is like one of a kind, it could also be recreated. So you can do both. You just have to keep track of your inventory. Also, you don't get your money right away. Gotcha. So it's not where like I can just invoice them using Square. I have to do it through TikTok. See, I think I'd almost rather just grow my YouTube by doing TikTok and continue to have my sales on YouTube. All right, let's see where we're at here. So we have these two outer strands still in camera. Okay. And then this one that goes right there. Did I start with a garnet on the other side? No, you did not. I should have. Because I don't think I quite have. I really don't want to restring this, but I might not have a choice. because I already crimped it. Because if I'd started with a garnet, it would be like garnet gold on. Yep, I think I'm gonna have to restring it because I didn't leave this long enough for me to be able to recrimp it. Okay, crimp is the first ball. This will make it the right length though. If these weren't such teeny tiny components, I can actually string very quickly. It's just a matter of the teeny tiny components that make it take a little bit longer. And then I will just end with a garnet. Real quick. Bop, bop, bop. I feel like I saw in a couple of videos how like I move my mouth a lot when I'm trying to string, so for a while I was really self-conscious about it. It didn't help that like I was watching it in double speed. That's another reason why I don't watch my videos all the way through. And I really just go for it. I don't worry about like editing and stuff. Even my recorded, the only like quote unquote editing that would be done is at the very beginning. If I don't like the way it starts, I'll stop and start the recording over again. But if it happens more than like 2-3 minutes in, you guys see all you guys see any mistakes or blunders or mispronunciations or whatever else. Because I just, I don't know that I can learn to edit with my memory recall issues. B, it's already hard for me to stay up with what I'm doing as far as bead sales and YouTube and everything else. What, I just had surgery and everything else, and I took more time off when my daughter was here than I did after my surgery. So, mm, okay, this should just about be long enough. I should just need to go. I think I just need the gold ball and the last pumpkin garnet. Garden pumpkin. Sure. At least I think so. Nope, I was incorrect. Probably one more repeat will be enough though, because the rice beads are a bit longer. So, rice beads. I love these buffalo horn rice beads. I've had people like admire pieces I've made with them, and then they find out what they are, and they're like, no way. Yep. Oh, don't do that. I'm hoping I didn't just drop anything off of it. I did, because there's a buffalo horn bead over there. Mm, Okay. At the end of a project, I always try to just pick up off of my mat rather than have more to pick up at the end. Now, wait a second. Now it's too long. I might just have to use a longer jump ring in the middle. You don't need that because of the crimp. No, I think this will be okay. Crossing my fingers, anyways. And I will get everything all connected here. And we'll see. Okay. So, now I think I'm going to take the last repeat off. And if it is not long enough, I will use a longer jump ring because I don't like that the middle was so much longer. And like I said, I'll just use the thing. Your internet went out. I know the hole is later. You don't ever watch any of your videos? Exactly. Yeah. It's like, mm. We might have to have a conversation, Renee, so that you can explain all of that. I'm sure it's okay. Make sure I'm centered, but not gonna crunch my garnet. Especially when I'm by the little like gemstones. That's especially where I like to add an extra bit of stringing wire so that I don't have the same amount of risk as when I don't. Man, I hate when I do that. I don't know how it happens, but every once in a while, like the extra strand seems to go from one side to the other. So to cut it off is a little bit trickier. There it goes. Oh, come out. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, cross our fingers that this fits and is the right length. If not, I can always just add an extra jump ring. I would just prefer not to have to do that. But if I did, I would probably figure out a pattern where I didn't have to do that and finish this up off camera because things like that drive me crazy. Okay. It's actually quite a bit shorter. How the heck did that happen? I'm so confused. I should have picked it up. Okay, well, the center one has to be restrung now, and it needs another repeat, and then it will be long enough. So, you want to stick around? I'll fix this real quick. Especially now that I know exactly what I need. I'm going to take this off and put it on this lid so that I know exactly. So I'm just going to need another gold ball. Man, why didn't you pick it up, Heather? It's okay. Ugh, that was silly. I should have picked it up to check the drape. I almost always do. Except, as it appears, when I'm on camera. Which is typical. And I know that the rest of you who create content know exactly what I'm saying, but it always seems to happen when you're recording. You can do it perfectly 100 out of 100 times off camera. You go to demonstrate on camera, and everything that can go wrong does go wrong. And it never seems to fail. It's like Newton's law. Why does the center one need to be shorter? It was so much longer though. But why? Now I'm confused. Oops. I forgot. I was using my pliers. It may need I don't know why it needs because the connector is graduated. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that would be great, Renee. Why didn't I remember that? Dang it. So then I had it right to begin with. I was not even thinking about that. We'll get it to that point. We'll add the other strands and see if I do indeed need to add anything or if I'm just... I can't believe I forgot to do that. Or that I forgot that it had to be longer. I mean, see Newton's law. Although, as much as I'd like to say I never make a mistake like that off camera, we all know that I do. Because we're human. Come on, little fool. Where are you? Thank you. I feel silly now. But it's okay. Well, now anybody else who didn't realize that, and we're all going, wait, why? Wait, why? Hopefully, you will learn from my mistake. Because as I've said many times, oftentimes I learn more from a mistake and the way they fix it than like the initial skill. All right, let's put a little clippy on this one. Attach the other outside strands. Wait, did I not do the other garnet strand? I thought I did. The little cubes. I don't think I did the other strand, which is annoying. Even more so because now I have to recreate the mistake on that, which was starting it with the gold ball. But it's okay. This one will take longer to restring than the other because of the itty bitty beads that have to have equally itty bitty holes. Come on. I could see the hole. It just didn't want to. Oh, I had other ones down here I could have used. Oops. Towards the end of a project, I'd rather pick up off the mat because then it's less I have to pick up after the project. So, oh, Rosanna, we have to talk to you because I may need to commission you to make some elf ears for me. Steve's cousin was adopted by his dad and stepmom, and she and I have the same birthday. We're like, I think, exactly 30 years apart or something, but she likes them and she hasn't been able to find some that like fit right. And there's a lot of steps. I've watched your videos because I was just going to try to do it myself, but I would rather pay you to do it to save my sanity. If that makes. Oh, Murphy's Law. Yes, you're correct. Oh, that's weird. What is that? They join two pieces together in a very weird way. Dang it. There's no way that's going to be long enough. Why did they do that? I mean, I know why they did it. They didn't want to have to waste. Here we go again. Oh, since we're just sitting here watching me redo this strand for the third time now, if you haven't already hit the thumbs up on this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would do so. I'm trying to think of I'll probably do like a special giveaway on Saturday, or try to figure out how to do. I know that YouTube has a way of doing it, but because I record through StreamYard, uh, but Becky and Jenny just did it. So maybe they can let me know how that works. Because yeah, or if one of them like had to be recording using YouTube and not StreamYard. I'm about halfway done with this strand. I thought, at least I know that in videos you guys are all like watching, so that I just wish I'd seen your comment faster about the center strand. See, this is the stuff I wonder if you guys would just prefer that, like, I have done ahead of time, or if you like watching the design process, blunders and all. I usually have music on when I bead, so I have to tell you that sometimes it's like the silence is so loud. Especially when I'm trying to string itty bitty 2 millimeter cubes. Oh my gosh, that cube is just driving me batty. There we go. Okay, let's see how close I am. I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I like to do that, especially when I'm stringing little beads, because nothing's more annoying than taking time to string beads just to find out that you did too many. Because it's such a pain in the butt. But yeah, you enjoy the whole process. What music? You can look up. Oh, okay. A splice. Yeah, it was literally spliced in the middle. I'm used to that with yarn and stuff, but like not. What music? I listen to everything. Literally, I mean, I don't listen to just like crazy, like screaming, yelling stuff. Though I do even have a few of those. But yeah, I listen to a very eclectic mix of music that I have like added to over the years. But during Christmas time, I like to listen to country music Christmas songs because nothing annoys me worse than somebody changing a classic and doing so. I i don't get it. I was the choir, and like not just a choir girl, I was the competition choir girl. So just like I don't like when they go no, just hit the note. Hit the note. Those are called scoops. Don't scoop your note. I can't stand that. That drives me crazy. The other one is chew. When they're trying to do like, instead of saying you, they say chew. That drives me mental. I like can't even. The uneven start to finish, you might want to touch the other sides. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Exactly, my dear. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, let's add this one on and check to make sure that this one doesn't actually need to be a bit shorter. Hopefully not, and hopefully it just everything lays well. So let's put the tinky tot on and then the strand. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that the other side was gonna. This is why I don't typically do graduated or multi-strand objects. I would much rather just make pieces that can be stacked together than doing a multi-strand. It is for sure a weakness in my jewelry repertoire, but I know that, and that's why I prefer to do stackers so people can do it. But especially when you're doing Christmas jewelry, because like if you do a bracelet and it has all the reds and greens and golds or all the blues and silvers and whatever, then it's just something that sits the rest of the year. Whereas if I do a green and gold and a red and gold, and maybe just a gold or whatever else, those can be worn throughout the year. Maybe not together, but it can be worn in combination with other pieces in your jewelry box. Um, Instead of it sitting there because it only looks Christmassy when they're all stacked together. That's my 2 cents on it, at least. So I prefer to do that with holiday pieces. But then something like this that isn't like it's not holiday, it's okay. Now I gotta check this. And cross my fingers that the second strand doesn't need to be 3 strong. If it does, I will have you leave me to it and restring it off camera. Get out of my way, please. I need to grab that. Okay, now grab the other side. I'm going to cut this shorter and then just clip it off. So it's not, that one is for the other strand, Heather. Okay, now we need to start attaching it to the other side. I'm just picking up whatever tool is closest to me. I've like used this one, the bed chain nose. I just used my crimper. Okay, so we need to make sure that we do this to the right one, just this one. Correct? Correct. Okay, this one is not closed yet. So let's do this one and the other outer black one. See how it looks. Cross our fingers that everything looks correct. On the other side, you guys scooch out of the way. I think I have this attached correctly, so yes, I have that attached correctly. All right, let's attach this middle one and hope that it's correct. So then we know that we have the right number of beads on the other strand, or if we need to subtract or add to that and redo this strand, which I'm hoping doesn't need to be done. Can you please cooperate, ma'am, sir? Mm. When I had it on, I thought it was going to be too long, but on my wrist, I like the way that it lays. Because obviously your wrist gets bigger. So I'm good with that. I'm going to go ahead and clip this one off, and then we will figure out the other one. I'm glad I stuck it on my wrist and didn't just automatically think that it was incorrect, because it wasn't. It was the right length. Here they are. I thought I pulled out it. Oh, I had to redo one. I was like, why don't I have enough crimps? There's got to be more crimps on this table somewhere. All righty then. Woohoo! And yes, I know there's a gold ball. I made that mistake. Okay, a little bit more movement than that. Okay. Extra. This sleeve is too small. Okay, now where did that other piece just, I don't know where it flew off. We'll use this piece instead. So Rosanna, I don't know if you were in at the beginning of the video, but I had just ordered the 19 and 49 strand bead along because I want to be able to, when I recommend something, to give an educated one, not just say I prefer this one, which right now I prefer soft flex. But people said the 19 and the 49 strand are completely different animals than the 7 strand. But only the silvers came before the start of my thing. And I was like, I thought I was going to have to work on a completely different project. And then I saw this sitting over on the corner of my desk, which you so kindly sent me. So it was Rosanna for the win. Or she saved the day. Okay. I'm really excited. I really, really, really like this piece. I'm trying to challenge myself and like in using things like don't just throw out all, the connectors or whatever. Just because it's not your favorite, well, maybe you need to work on it a little bit more, So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, don't get twisted. Whew. Those are too big to be holding this. And I'm trying to put it on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yep. I like the way that it is laying. I like where it's laying. Oh, middle strand. Let's figure this baby out. Okay. So from there to there, including a jump ring, is it going to be enough? I think it is going to be enough. Let me attach a jump ring and put this side on so I can see if it is in fact the right size or not. Don't have it open wide enough to get around the center of the sleeve. Ooh, this strand is a little bit harder to get the little tinky tot on. Okay. How did you just fall off? I didn't have it closed all the way, apparently. I might have to use a longer or a larger tiki top for the very middle. Because these ones are 4x3s. This is oh my goodness. The stringing wire is making this very difficult for me to get closed up. Okay, is that all the way closed? No, it's still open a little bit. Perfect. Oh, we are at the end of the project. Well, not quite. I still have to put on chain and a clasp. But all the complicated stuff. I cut way too much wire right here. That's okay. Maybe I'll make a pair of matching earrings. Extra stuffing. Crimp it. Direct crimping this would have been a nightmare. So I'm very happy that I did not that for your suggestions of doing so with the jump ring, because no, I would have gone crazy. Well, I would have gone crazier. We all know I'm already on that. I am a card carrying member to the crazy town. Do you guys see what I just did? Oh my gosh. Hello, Angel. I'm sending you the invoice right after here. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Coniflex. Yeah. I just completely. Oh no, I did it. Oh, I thought I let everything drop off my thing. Heather, it was already done. I just picked up this and thought all of my beads had fallen off and was going to cry. For real. I was like, okay. Jump ring, and we're good to go. And my dogs are gonna bark now. Cooper, no. I don't know what she's barking at. She's normally in here. I find that if the barkers are in here with me, it goes better than when they're all out there. And I just have the door closed. Okay. What's this on? I'm gonna put it on the end. Oh, I already have a jump ring attached over there. From when I tried to do this earlier. Thought I made a mistake. Okay, well, we're still not using that because it didn't want to come off. So I got all twisted. Okay. Let's get everything going the right direction, not tangled up. Okay, what are we doing, folks? Oh my goodness, Quinn. She's my very pregnant mama. She's due on Christmas Day, but tends to Ramsey and Cooper. No bark. Ramsey, who is my blind, by the way. Okay, we need to switch sides. I do not even know what I'm doing. Okay, so right. I think this is where I connect it. I shall find out very soon. Nope, not quite all the way closed. There's just a teeny tiny gap. Okay. Let's see. Ah. Oh, I love it. It came out of my brain. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, yay! It worked. Cooper, stop. Oh my goodness gracious. Disappearing act number 2, which is not really disappearing. I'm just gonna tell her to quit barking. Quinn, get in here. You were sitting right outside the door doing the barking. Were you just mad because you weren't in here? But the chain I wanted to use is over here, so you're excused. Kind of. Not really. Yes, I know. I can't pick you up right now. I love it. Okay. I really like this cable chain, or it's like, I think it has like the perfect color. Um, I can't wait to show Randy a picture of this because I bought these from her. Okay, I need to see how much chain I need. Both of them hit exactly where I wanted them to hit, too. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna need probably, I'm gonna cut 6 links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cut right there. Where's my heavy duty cutters? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm only going to need 5, but I would rather have 1 too many than 1 too few. Okay, now, do I still have jump rings out? No, I don't. So grab 2 more. Perfect. Oh, I should have. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, everybody. I am very excited about this piece. Because, like I said, I don't typically do double strand. I have one other, like, it's like 7 strands, and it's all gunmetal. And I don't think these are going to be big enough. Tinky Tots might not be big enough. Okay, because the way it has to bend. Yeah, I'm going to have to use the bigger ones, which means that I will more than likely need to take a length off of each side because the length of the... Or maybe I just make my own chain. Because I kind of like the simplicity of this. Maybe just do little, big, little, big. That way it's not... I might just do that. That just looks so pretty to me right now. Linda's got me making my own chain. So, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I will tell you that I don't use soft flex crimp tubes. I use Beetle, right? Yeah, Beetle on crimps personally. I got soft flex crimp tubes one time because I don't get like their monthly design thing. I don't get that. So I bought them once and they were quite expensive. And so I just didn't buy them again. If I got their monthly design kit, I would likely use them, but just by themselves, they're expensive. So I don't know. Plus, it's also handy to keep those in my little like crimp tube holder things that Amy's ex-husband designed, because I would lose all the little baggies and whatnot. But again, I haven't used them for a very long time. So, all right, let me start on the other end, see where we are. It's a little, but I don't have anything against them. I honestly don't have like a solid opinion other than the price. Rosanna would be a good person to ask, because she likes soft flex like a lot. So she'd be able to give you a better a more educated answer than I would be able to. I really like that other chain. It's just it's got a copper core, so, and whereas this has stainless steel, so the chain wasn't matching, which is why I made the change to begin with. Okay, I'm gonna need at least 2 more of the bigger ones with each one. I don't want it to be really tight on my wrist. I don't like that. I'm extremely claustrophobic. Like, they have to put me under to get MRIs. So, and I like have to have music in my ears even then, because it takes me a while to like go to sleep because I know what's coming. So I have a really hard time with that. So I don't like anything that's constrictive, clothing, jewelry, anything. Yeah, that's what I thought. 2 more big ones. on each side should be good. And then I can just attach the clasp, and if I want to add a couple chains after that on one side so that I have a little bit of an extender chain in case somebody wants to buy this and they prefer their either have a different size wrist for me or, but honestly, I really like this one. I probably would sell it. Like, I'm sitting here talking like I wouldn't. I probably would, because it would just feel like a good accomplishment if I were able to sell this. So, just about finished. I use either soft wax, crimps, or V1 crimps. Never use cheap ones. Yeah, I don't use. I had one break on me, and I've never used a crimp. Not even like when you're supposed. Like, I know Wendy used to say, just flat crimp the cheap ones. I was. Even then, it didn't seem to be right. Okay, which side was I adding to now? I put it down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 long ones on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 long ones on this. So I think I'm going to add the clasp right here. And I prefer itty bitty clasps. I don't know why, I just do. I have the big ones, but okay. It means I can't put them on by myself, but that's the perfect length for me. I will show you. Where is... I don't know why Stephen feels... There it is. Whenever he decides to come in and like help in here, he moves he stacks whenever mandrels are down back up on the thing. Yeah, so this is right at 7.5. Oh, I love it though. Yay! So happy. So we're over 2 hours. I apologize for that. That was because of that strand that I messed up as, but I hope you learned from my mistakes, any mistakes that I made, or maybe you just got something out of what others said. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope this inspires you to go ahead and take a chance, even if you're not quite sure what's up there. It's gonna look the same when it comes out. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. As always, happy beading.